this should be an interesting game. For those of you wondering, I had a couple of messages about the WWE 2K17 Ring of Beauty universe. I'll be getting back to that this weekend. I just haven't had the time with my schedule hasn't matched up with my wife for us to play through all the matches, and I'd like to continue to have us play through all the matches, but we will get back to that this weekend and have one, maybe two, or maybe even more, but for sure at least one brand new episode of Ring of Beauty. I think that should be an interesting one, as well as some of the feuds are really starting to play out before our pay-per-view. Anyways, for Madden, Week 9, let's take a look at some of the people that are ready to re-sign, and we'll see if we can get some of these guys re-signed before we get into this game. Linval Joseph, overall 90 and age 29, wants to re-sign. So let's see if we can go ahead and start some negotiations here with him. We have 21.9 million under the cap. His contract would be a $10.2 million cap hit. So let's go ahead and make the offer that he wants. Will he take it? While Joseph has re-signed with the Vikings. Everson Griffin is age 30. I think we could still have some productive years out of him, so we'll attempt to re-sign him as well. He's re-signing. Diggs, I'm really not sure on yet. Let's go with Eric Kendricks here. He only wants a modest deal. So maybe I'll bump up the overall a little bit here and see if he takes it. He would like a bigger bonus, so we'll probably have to come back to that one. Andre Smith, Neil Hunter, TJ Clemmings, Trey Waynes. We'll wait on negotiating with them. I want to see how things play out with Diggs and see if he can stay healthy for the remainder of the season. As you guys that have been longtime followers of my Madden franchise, Diggs has had the injury bug all 3 seasons so far. Let's go ahead and get this game started. Hopefully we were able to beat Green Bay and at least gain a little bit more ground here into the division. We'll see what happens. I will see you guys at halftime.
Everybody got guilty pleasures. Mine just tend to catch me cases. Handcuffs, police inspections, lawyers, judges, allegations. Turn on your favorite station. You hear the same old song. I feel like dog, I'm about to drop the bomb. Blow one down, pass it around. Hey, what with me now? We running wild. Hey, and nobody getting. We on the town. Hey, never come down. I never come down. Down, pass it around, hey. What with me now? We running wild, hey. And nobody gang, we on the town, hey. Never come down, I never come down.
Hello everyone, I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. This is a rivalry game that always gets the blood pumping, both on the field and in the stands. One of the great division battles in the NFC. They've met once already this season. We'll see what kind of fireworks are in store for us here in Game 2. It's the Vikings going up against the Packers. With that, let's get you out to Brandon Gotton and Charles Davis. They've got the call of this Week 9 matchup.
We are at the oldest continually operating stadium in the NFL as you get a look inside Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup set to go here between the Minnesota Vikings and the Green Bay Packers. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. And Charles, we look at this Packer team as we interplay here. They coming off their very first loss of the year, suffered a week ago.
Yeah, it will not be a perfect season, but I'm interested to see how they bounce back now that they know that chasing the 1972 Dolphins is out the window.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Vikings, they come off a disappointment last time out that put an end to their modest 3-game win streak. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. They'll be taken out by the product of the University of Louisville, the talented Teddy Bridgewater.
His stature isn't huge. He's not one of the big, strong-arm guys that you see coming into the league. But his touch decision-making, ability to make plays. That's why Teddy Bridgewater has a chance to be a top quarterback in the league.
The first carry now for Adrian Peterson. And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon. The starters now on offense. And Stephon Diggs, our first chance to see him today.
Brandon, remember we had this conversation about how highly recruited he was in high school. Didn't quite live up to it in college due to some injuries. But boy, has he hit the NFL like a bomb. Stephon Diggs, a crafty, mature route runner who can go the distance.
Here's Bridgewater. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. And a peek at the defense for the Packers.
Mike Daniels continues to get better and better with each year. A nice run stopper inside.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. On 3rd down, Bridgewater. And Rudolph has it left side. And down he'll go at the 25. It's a gain of 5. And it'll be 4th down. So on 4th down, the Vikings will call on their punter, Jeff Locke, to kick it away.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Almost out-kicked his coverage there. 48-yard punt, but 10 on the return. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. So here comes the Packers offense now onto the field. They'll be led out by the former Cal Bear, Aaron Rodgers.
I remember meeting him when he was playing at Cal, and I remember walking away thinking, instead of having Rodgers stitched on the back of his jersey, they should just say confidence, because that's how he felt about his own abilities and his ability to elevate a team.
They'll run for the first time with Lacey. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Now Rodgers. Out to the flat for Lacey. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. And they're just a couple of yards shy of a 1st down here on 3rd down. Rodgers looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Open man, the tight end Rodgers. 9 yards on the play and a 1st down.
And Richard Rodgers makes the grab, and let's face it, it's going to follow him the rest of his career. The Hail Mary he caught to beat the Lions in 2015 in Detroit, pretty memorable play.
Those Lions fans, they just don't like you right now if they heard that.
I didn't mean to bring it up to, pull the Band-Aid off the wound there. I was just trying to praise Richard Rodgers. Yeah, they're going to be mad at me.
Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. Again, it's Lacey. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
They go play action here on 1st down. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. The wise move there, looked like nobody open, now 2nd down. Here's the offensive unit coming out onto the field in just a moment. Randall Cobb, very good at wideout.
Went to college to be a quarterback. Discovered his talents couldn't be limited to one position. He's a 1,000-yard receiver every year for his quarterback.
And on 2nd and 10 now. Now Rodgers will handle Lacey. And he'll be taken down at the 34. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9. Quickly now a look at the defensive starters for Minnesota.
Xavier Rhodes is a cornerback who does not mind being physical. Whether he's covering passes or coming up in the run game, he's going to be there to make an impact.
Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. They go play action for Lacey. Now Rodgers. He's going to sling this. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Defense.
Bridgewater gives to his tailback, Peterson. And a cut to the right and some open field here. He's at the 30. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Illegal block in the back. Offense. Still first down.
Following the penalty, it's Peterson. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. So nothing there. I don't know that that's all in the back, though. You got to look at blocking there, don't you?
I would agree with that totally. At some point, they have to win at the point of attack. Instead, it was the defense getting it done again and holding them to no gain.
They'll run it here. This is Buck Allen. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. Having an effective short passing game, one of their main concern coming into this one, right there, able to hit the D with a quick strike and a first down.
And you're get deep, now allows you to throw the quick game underneath, and they took advantage of it. And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front, they moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
Got the hand caught up in the grill of the face mask. 15-yard penalty.
So tough for a defender. You're trying so hard to make a play, and the way that these offensive guys can move around, sometimes your hand gets into the wrong place.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Again, Peterson. And he'll be taken down just shy of the red zone at the 21. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, That's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter begins with the Vikings holding the football. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. Bridgewater again. This is Peterson. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Adrian Peterson, his second touchdown on the season. And the Vikings have taken the lead. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments. Let them run it in. They get it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
And so we have the touchdown. Now here's Blair Walsh to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. The tackle goes there to Linval Joseph.
I can't help it. I'm just sitting back in admiration right now. This defense tells everyone that plays against them, you're not beating us running the football. That's who we are. That's what we're about. It's not going to happen. If you're going to beat us, you better pick another way.
And that is, I think he caught it. He did, but they'll say out of bounds. It'll be incomplete.
Oh, he caught it. Just couldn't get the feet down. Couldn't get that toe tap sequence, right? I was ready to call tippy toes if that one was completed.
And the Vikings with an extra defender in the secondary on third.
Playing coverage here.
Throwing is Rodgers on third down. He's got time. And this is going to be incomplete. Eddie Lacy, the one he was trying to get it to. And fourth down coming up. So on fourth down, here's Ryan Quigley now to kick this one away.
All right, let's go ahead and try and get into the body and the mind of the linebackers. Yeah, I know they're bigger and stronger than I ever was, but in this situation, they understood what was going on as much as the offensive guys. Because the offensive guys always taught, find the first down sticks and make the play. On defense, what do you want to do? Guard the first down line. Make sure they don't get there and tackle them in front. They were able to drop in their zone coverage, figure out where the first down line was, and end up making the play, swatting it away so they couldn't get the completion.
A first down throw for Bridgewater. And he hits his target. It's Kenny Stills. And he carries this one all the way down to the 9. In the red zone this time. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback in his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from it, and he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike.
Bridgewater now on second down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver, and it's third down.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he sensed being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. An extra defensive back on the field here for third and goal. Third and goal for Bridgewater. Looking for his tight end Rudolph, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Michigan man, Jake Ryan. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
And frankly, Brandon, we're talking about things I'm not sure we ever thought we'd talk about in the NFL, and a lot of that is the speed at the linebacker position. A lot of these guys in college, they were safeties. They moved them up to outside linebacker to combat the spread offenses, and now we're seeing it in the NFL. Those same guys using their speed to make plays in the backfield, similar to that one.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
Encroachment, defense.
Seven yards remain now on third down. From the gun on third down, Rodgers. He's got time in the pocket. He's going to loft one deep left side here. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Pass interference, defense.
Certainly some contact there, and that's why there's a penalty on the defender for pass interference.
So hard to time it up for a defender to hit the receiver when the ball arrives. Got there a little bit early on that one.
Following the penalty now, Lacey. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Here's Rodgers. And Rodgers has it over on the right side. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. So here's Greg Zuerlein now as he'll try for the field goal. He's going to need a little mustard on this one. It'll be a 51-yard attempt. And Zuerlein's kick is good. And they are on the board, trailing now 6-3. Well, their offense has struggled for sure, but they get the field goal here and at least get on the board before half.
And that's not something we should underestimate, because just getting points on the board can sometimes have a settling effect on a team, helps them start their comeback.
And now out comes Minnesota. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you've got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to Lambeau following these words. A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll check in with Larry Ridley in Orlando with highlights and analysis of this first half of play.
And I'm going to check in with a heater.
I'm going to be right there with you, partner. Kenny Stills, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but they have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move.
It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Vikings. Kenny Stills, his first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. Well, they went play action there and set it up nicely for him. I mean, he can flat fly, and they hit him downfield.
And it doesn't take much to create that extra bit of space that a guy of his speed needs. If you go play action, all you want is just a moment where the guys covering take their attention somewhere else, and then he's by them. And once he's by them, there's no catching him. As they always like to say, if a receiver's even to a defensive back, that means he's leaving.
Unless that DB is Charles Davis, right?
In that case, he left me a long time ago.
Come on now.
Trust me.
And so we have the touchdown now. Here's Blair Walsh to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. 2nd down and 10. Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10. Caught by Montgomery. And he's brought down. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Rodgers now on 1st down. A dump off to Lacey. And he's brought down. 18 yards on the pickup there. And it'll give the Packers a 1st down. One back is Lacey. Now it's Rodgers. Out to the flat for Lacey. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
And there you have it, folks. The close to halftime here, 14-3.
So we're back in the offense getting
Vikings
set
with the
following
lead.
call of that timeout.
So far, interesting game.
So they complete
We had the
pass,
really
and now
good
they
first
face a
drive
2nd down.
with Adrian Peterson running it in for the touchdown. We had another play where Peterson had a, I think, 90-plus yard run that was called back due to holding, unfortunately. And then we had the nice pass to Kenny Stills where he caught the touchdown pass. Now Green Bay is driving here. We had the missed extra point by Blair Walsh after the first touchdown, but we made up with it with a 2-point conversion after the Stills touchdown. So we'll see what Green Bay does here on the goal line. Eddie Lacy gets stopped for minimal gain. Sorry guys, I kind of cut in a little early. I had already thought it was halftime, so I might as well just continue to comment here the rest of the first half.
Attacking and changing everything so that now they're playing in the offense's backfield.
Rodgers has had a okay game, 7 of 13 for 94 yards and a pick. Been able to contain him, so hoping we can hold him to a field goal here.
He's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete.
Looks like we're going to be able to.
So 17 seconds now on the clock here. And for the 2nd time this half, on comes the field goal unit here. This will be just a 21-yard attempt.
And that field goal will make it 14-6, so we should take in that 8-point lead into halftime, barring anything happening here. With a kick return touchdown, I may try to throw a couple of passes just to see what happens. We do have all 3 timeouts, so I might be able to get something going. And I'm debating putting Applewhite here at receiver. He seems to be very, very speedy on the kick return game. Kind of curious what he could do as a wide receiver. Maybe he might be a replacement for Diggs.
They go play action here on 1st down.
It's still in the same play we ran earlier. And wow, it worked the same way. Touchdown. Look at that. Wow, I wasn't expecting that. I thought maybe I could hit him and get in for a field goal range, but a 70-yard TD to Kenny Stills. Let's go ahead and see if they'll run the replay here.
Added cushion into the lockers. What a way to finish.
Tremendous way. That's momentum that they carry in with them.
Just hit Stills in stride. And he gets the nice block there on the end, much like he did in his first touchdown, and he's in for 6. Stills has had he had an okay season for me last year. I believe he led the team in touchdowns. And another missed extra point. God damn it. Anyways. Stills had a good first season for me. And this series has been kind of quiet. But Green Bay will get it here to kick off the second half. I will go ahead and I will hold off on commenting here until the end of the game.
He'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Back to the air on second down. It's Rodgers. And incomplete.
Holding. Offense.
So holding by the offense, and maybe now got to shift up what you want to do on the playbook.
Yeah, definitely. Change what you're doing in the playbook, but boy, the advantage shifts to the guys on defense, doesn't it? Longer yardage situations, they often become bolder.
On second down, here's Rodgers. He'll set up the screen to Lacey. So a good spin move there before he's taken down. A nice little gain. Give him 9 on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Finding time. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. It's a gain of 7, and that'll bring up 4th down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. And wow, fortunately, he was able to get it back, but it's left his guys in a bit of a hole here. They're backed up deep to start this drive.
I know there's no magnet in the ball. But sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. To throw, Bridgewater. The intended receiver was Laquan Treadwell, and that'll bring up second down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
They'll throw again from their own. He rifles one that's intercepted. And into the end zone, it's a pick-6 and a Packer touchdown. Short throw pick-6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fielded about a yard deep. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. Start the drive here with an end around. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
As As a defender, you're eager to be involved in every play. So when the action goes away from you, a lot of the times you run after the ball. But in this case, what a terrific job by the defender staying home and taking care of his responsibilities.
That one good for 10 yards. And that's going to bring up a third down.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
Bridgewater surveying the field. And this will be caught at the 30. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory. He's got to be kicking himself right there. His team's already picked off 2 passes. That would have been the 3rd in the game. And boy, they've really played well attacking the football.
Throwing again, Bridgewater on 2nd and 10. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
Charles, I know it's hard when live bullets are flying, but you cannot keep your hand up around the face mask area.
It is absolutely inexcusable nowadays. We talk about target areas all the time. You have to aim lower so that your hand doesn't get involved in the face mask.
First down, Bridgewater. And Rudolph has it left side. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be 2nd and about a yard to go for the first. They'll throw again, and they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Alex Okafor in there to get him for a loss of 5. On 3rd down, Bridgewater. He'll buy some time right. He may try and run for this. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a first down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
So give them 3 there. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they couldn't punch it in.
And credit this defense, too. That was the old bend but don't break approach, but it kept the offense out of the end zone.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And last year, that would have been a net gain of 5 on the return. This year, he stopped where he would have been if he had taken a knee, and that's at the 25. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field in this job.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game. Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Rodgers now on first down. And Rodgers has it over on the right side. It's a gain of 14 there. And that leads to a Green Bay first.
Nice catch by the tight end, Richard Rodgers. And, you know, it came from the quarterback, Aaron Rodgers. Some things just write themselves, don't they?
That's exactly right. Both spelled R-O-D-G-E-R-S. For those wondering.
There you go.
Now a 10th carry here for Lacy. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Sharif Floyd makes a stop.
The best defensive lineman They play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
And that's going to be incomplete. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now at Lambeau. It's the Packers who have the football, but in need of points as we begin quarter number 4. A nickel back added defensively as they look to stop this 3rd and 8. Now whistles here, flag down. I think one of the Packer linemen was moving.
False start. Offense.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. Open man, the tight end Rodgers. A good pickup there of 20 yards. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front, nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Five receivers in the game, 4 of them to the left side. Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. And this is incomplete. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Off the play fake to Lacey. Here's Rodgers. He's got time. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Jaquez Smith in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to 4th down. Well, they went with the nickel. They throw in an extra defensive back. Coverage was very good. Yeah, it was exactly as you would expect. A passing down. You bring in the nickel package. Just as you described, the coverage was excellent and allowed one of their linemen to end up getting to the quarterback. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Now whistles here, flag down. I think one of the Packer linemen was moving.
False start. Offense.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Now Rodgers got to have this one. He's going to float this one deep right side. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. And now out comes Minnesota. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the three-point.
The kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
bashed it.
that. Super toe.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. They run again on first down. Peterson. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they...
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Demarius Randall. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. And into the end zone. It's a pick six and a... touchdown. Zerline now for the PAT. And the lead is down to a field goal now. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This one fielded at the 5. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And following the pick six, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. First down, here's a run with Peterson. Uses the stiff arm. It'll go as a gain of 10 there. And it'll be a Minnesota first down.
I thought guys that were over 30 weren't supposed to run the football this well in the National Football League. How about that veteran leadership? A big-time run combined with some nice blocking by his offensive line, showing that the ins and outs.
And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Second down following the run. A 10th carry now for Peterson. And a cutback left. And now the Packers going to take another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. That one looks like he'll throw here. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he is out of bounds, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a two-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. And so we have the touchdown. Now here's Blair Walsh to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. Rodgers to throw. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
We just saw another example of really good defensive football, which has led to the cushion that they have in this game. Got to him once again, knocked him on the ground, forced an incompletion.
Yeah, they've set the tone. It's one thing to set the tone, another to come in here on the road and set the tone. So here we go now, an extra defensive back in there on 3rd and 10. To throw is Rodgers. It's caught. Nelson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Now Rodgers. He's got time in the pocket. He's going to let it. And this is caught inside the 5. It's a big play that time for the Packers. 45 yards. Back to throw, Rodgers. Finding time, and he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. And nobody was open downfield there. Looked like a pretty clear throwaway.
Yeah, it definitely was that. I'm wondering why there wasn't intentional grounding. I know they're saying there's a receiver there in the area. Those dumb quarterbacks, they get away with everything.
Spoken like a true defensive back, Mr. Davis.
Did that come out?
It did.
Okay.
And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. They gotta have 6 here. It's 3rd and goal. Rodgers now on 3rd and goal. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
And there's the touchdown that they needed, so they'll celebrate. But the guys on the sidelines, they've got to stay focused. The onside kick team, they need them to get the ball back.
Yeah, part 1 of the equation done. Now they need to convert, then get that onside kick. Now Zerline on to add the extra point. And the lead is down to a field goal now. So still a little over 40 seconds to go. Time enough to put a drive together if they can get this onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on...
And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you've still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
And so we have the touchdown. Now here's Blair Walsh to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, two-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back, and then score again. But they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry up. Now Rodgers throwing on second down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Randall Cobb, the intended receiver, and it's third down.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
Throwing is Rodgers on third down. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. A great read, and it's picked off. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
Now it's AP, Adrian Peterson. A gain of 3, second down. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. That'll be their third and final stoppage here as we step aside. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over. Well, I know at points in this one you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little...
All right, guys, there you have it. The Minnesota Vikings defeat the Green Bay Packers 37-27. Let's go ahead and take a look at the stats here. I put Matt Barkley in because I was having some issues throwing the football with Bridgewater. This is going to seem odd, and for those of you who are viewers that actively comment on some of my videos, please let me know. I know I'm the one controlling Bridgewater, but it seems like the first season when I was Sam Bradford and the second season when I was playing as Dak Prescott, they're so much smoother in throwing the football. And it seems like I just can't hit open people as easy with Bridgewater, and I'm tending to throw a lot of interceptions. Maybe I should be in the market for a quarterback. I don't know. Bridgewater, 11 for 20 for 258, 2 TDs, 3 picks. Matt Barkley, 3 for 4 for 38 yards and a touchdown. Adrian Peterson, 12 carries, 124 yards, 2 TDs. Allen, 3 for 14. Bridgewater, 2 for 1. And Applewhite, 1 for -4. Receiving Stills, 5 for 200 and 2 TDs. Applewhite, 4 for 45 and a touchdown. Rudolph, 3 for 26. Diggs, 1 for 13. And Peterson, 1 for 12. We'll go ahead and end this game here, and then I will see you guys in the next game.